So in the media, we have a profound responsibility to inform our viewers, you, to the best of our ability, yet years and decades, in fact, of partisan coverage from self-proclaimed objective journalists that are not so objective have led to the lowest approval rating in media pretty much ever recorded. Lower than Congress, actually.
Which is hard to do.
Yeah, it's like they're trying. I mean, that's why our viewership is rising steadily.
True, honestly. Joining us now to discuss is the president of Accuracy in Media, Adam Guillette. Adam, welcome to Wake Up America. So let's talk about media bias. Is it really just part of reality that we have to learn to live with, or is there something that we can do about this, i.e. what we're trying to do here at Newsmax?
Well, it is an incredibly unfortunate reality. I think Gallup found that 11% of Americans had a great deal of trust in print journalism, which is wild because Congress has been considering bailing them out with our tax dollars. A product disliked by 89% of Americans, you're going to have to pay for it anyway. There are things we can do, of course, at Accuracy in Media. We hold these journalists accountable with phone calls, with emails, with street theater. But it is a real shame that we can't count on these people to report the facts to us.
What's even more of a shame is that an organization like yours is actually needed nowadays. Like, that should not have been needed in the first place. You know, I talk to journalists across the wake of all different publications, and oftentimes many of them are very heavily critical of me. I invite them on here. I'm like, hey, you want a seat on the couch? Let's talk about your opinions.
Exactly.
And they're like, no, we only snipe from on high with our big SAT words and liberal narrative. But you know, a prime example of media bias comes when the House passed the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, okay? So it does nothing to reduce inflation by any measurable effect by any economist. So the media is changing the name on behalf of Democrats. Look at this. I mean, it is unbelievable. They're saying it's the climate change bill now. What do you think?
Well, it's just as if we've seen them rebranding climate change, which used to be global warming. You know, they always say that with China, whatever the Chinese government says, you can trust that the opposite is true. The same is true for how they name these pieces of legislation these days. If they call it the Inflation Reduction Act, you better watch your wallet, because inflation's going to be going up. Whatever these things are named, the opposite is likely the reality.
It's crazy.
I mean, you're not letting it slide, though. I know that you guys do investigations. Can you tell us about some of those?
Sure, we do hidden camera investigative journalism. Just as law enforcement officers wear body cameras, I would love it if politicians wore body cameras. The next closest thing is a hidden camera investigative journalist. I've been in over 150 school districts this year alone, exposing critical race theory in states in which it's been banned. Our videos have gotten millions of views online. They've resulted in legal changes. They've brought down politicians. And that's the sort of thing the mainstream media used to do before they all became activist journalists.
Yeah, no, that is crazy to me. But why has it come to a point where it's like, we can't even have an honest conversation anymore? Like, if I sit here and have a conversation with a liberal about policy, it always ends up in, oh, you're racist, or something stupid like that. Like, where has the integrity gone?
Well, that's a great point. And a lot of people today complain about the liberals, conservatives, and libertarians. They complain about the liberals. But the point you bring up speaks to the fact that liberals are gone and have been replaced by progressives. Liberals believe in free speech. Progressives believe speech kills. Liberals we could agree to disagree with. Progressives have no tolerance for any opposing points of view at all. And that's the most dangerous thing in our society today. Liberals are gone, progressives are here.
Yeah, it's crazy, though, because I genuinely believe, look, I have some liberal friends who are not super far left, but, you know, they genuinely believe that most conservatives, until they meet them, if they're just like, in the media or something, they believe they're bad people.
Right.
It's shocking to me.
It's hard that no one, you're right, can have just a conversation anymore. And listen, I think the best way to actually grow in your own personal points is to talk to the other side so that you know their arguments, so that you can then better prepare yourself and research and come with arguments with the truth to combat what they're saying. I think it's super important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, we always have this depiction of what the other side looks like and how they think, and they're obviously one-dimensional evil villains. One thing I learned from going in all of those school districts is that these administrators pushing critical race theory aren't evil people. They want what's best for your child. It's just that what they view as best for your child is probably dramatically different from what you view as best for your child. But you only really learn these things from engaging in conversation with other people. And that's why, to your point, I think it's great for all of us to get out of our echo chambers, to expose ourselves to other points of view. And really, it can sharpen and strengthen and improve your own beliefs.
JP Morgan CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.